Hello and welcome to New Filmmakers Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo. We're here at the South Park Center. I'm delighted to be joined with M with their movie, Earth to KB. Let's take a look at the clip.
On legal papers, I'm ignorant to what I see on the page. Say my name, but only if you let it change for me. I'm dead, as in I don't live for you anymore. I birthed myself into my own name.
Welcome to New Filmmakers LA family. We'll never let you go.
Thank you.
Thank you for firstly flying in from Austin to be here, and thank you so much for bringing Earth to KB. For those that haven't seen your documentary, tell us a brief synopsis.
Yeah, so Earth to KB, it's a short documentary starring writer KB Brookins and explores the worlds of their poetry and also the love that they surround themselves with their community, their wife and friends. So yeah, that's a little bit about the film.
Well, I fell in love with this story and KB and just the poetry and just the heart, and I was like, oh my goodness, I love seeing this snippet of life. How did you come about discovering this story and then the idea of turning it into a film?
Yeah, so I had I think I had come to know KB through, I want to say it was a queer pride event, but it was online, and this was back like in 2020, like when the pandemic started.
Yeah.
And that's how I first found out about them and their work. And then probably about a year or so later, I got to meet in person at an event through a mutual friend where they were reading their poetry, and my friend was like emceeing this event. And so we connected. And from there, I was just a big fan of their poetry, their writing, and just really drawn to their work and them as a person. So I pitched them sort of a loose idea of what this documentary could look like with the performance elements, as well as, you know, getting a glimpse into their life in that moment, as they were just about to release a new collection of poems. And so it was an exciting time to spend a lot of time with them. And we went from there.
That's amazing. I love that a queer online event brought you together. That's phenomenal. And how when it's really hard sometimes when you obviously had this relationship with this person. But how was their experience when you said, I want to make a film about you? Like, because they obviously got to trust you as a filmmaker. How was that kind of dynamic?
Yeah, so it was, it's silly, but I always get a little nervous reaching out to people who I want to make a documentary with. And I always want it to be a collaborative process. So I try to emphasize that. And I had just before that had made a short documentary with a local performance artist / fitness trainer and her kind of work partner at the time as well. And so that was our like mutual connection. And so I shared with KB like the film I had just made. And so I had been making these films in Austin with different artists. And so kind of shared what my background had been, and so that they could see like what kind of stuff I've been doing. But then just, again, shared that I'm really interested in their work and getting to know them, and, if they would be comfortable like being in a film about them, because it's a vulnerable experience. And
and the poetry, what I love about the poetry of KB, it's very vulnerable. It's straight in the heart, from and whether it's in the kitchen or whether it's in performance, it all resonates, this depth of feeling, and it was very powerful to watch inside of a documentary, because you're really just feeling the heart and soul of KB come through in poetry. It's a real talent that KB has. How was it like being in the spaces of hearing the poetry? Because it's very powerful, the words are very powerful, and the feelings behind the poetry are very powerful.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I think before filming, I had been able to see KB perform their work at various events in Austin, different kinds of contexts and venues. And so they always, I think, have this presence when they perform their work. It's like one thing to read the poetry and then also to be with them when they're reading and performing, and really brings it to life in another way. And so it's like, okay, how do we do this through film? And yeah, so as like, I wanted to have this collaborative element where when we chose the poems that we would feature in the film, having that feel like this representation of them through performance and visuals. And so that was a fun collaboration between me, KB, and also one of my producers, On Chen, and we kind of developed that language in the film as well.
No, you definitely did that. In documentary filmmaking, you go in thinking one thing and what you're going to do, but there's often a lot of surprises sometimes in the conversations that you share or even in production. Was there anything that, like, on that journey when you first started and you're in it and you're like, oh, I didn't expect this, or this surprised me, or moments you look back and, you know, kind of stuck with you?
Yeah, so I think, had started the film with the idea that we wanted to explore performance, but also these day in the life moments and finding out what those would even look like. And so it just took like spending time with KB and like I think we did the filming over 1.5 years, honestly, which for a short feels kind of like a long time, but we had these moments where either an event was happening or it's like, let's just check in and talk and see what's going on. And so we had those moments, and I think for me a lot of the surprises came in the editing as well. And so seeing how to really make it work with these very like stylized sequences and these kind of poetry day in the life moments where I knew it could work, and I was using like themes to connect the footage. And so I guess my surprises, a lot of them happened when I'm like, how do we make this work in the best way? Or, you know, it's always that question in the edit. And so there was fun surprises with that as far as what felt right in the edit.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And a lot of nice just discoveries along the way of the collaboration with KB and with the crew as well.
And, you know, it's again, not sometimes something you completely might know the answer to, but if you could have, what did you want your audience to experience from your film or take from your film?
I think for audiences who maybe haven't met KB or known them before watching the film, just to have this moment of connection with them and their work and learn about a Black trans artist from Austin who is thriving and creating these wonderful worlds, creating community, and finding a bit of joy in watching and learning, like, because I know that when people hear, especially people outside of Texas and Austin, and like they hear a lot of the negative kind of, and it's very real, like the negative laws that are coming out and about trans people and people of color. It is a dangerous time, but at the same time, it's like people are resisting and thriving and creating wonderful art to carry us through this time. And so, and also to just connect with KB at a slightly personal level through the film and, you know, get to know them just a little bit.
Well, we love you, KB, and thank you for bringing your aura to us at New Filmmakers LA. It was really special to have your film here with us at New Filmmakers LA, and also just part of a completely queer day of film, which is also great. How's the experience been for you sharing it in festivals? And certainly this was great because it was fully, a celebration of queer storytelling.
Yeah, it's been really wonderful sharing it with different audiences, especially at events like New Filmmakers and this one where it's all queer film and trans film programming. I feel like when those audiences are coming for these communities, it feels like a more connective experience. People are like laughing at moments where there is this joy, or just like having that slightly deeper connection. But it's been a really nice response in connecting with different audience members as they've watched the film. Yeah.
And where are you taking us next? And what story? Where are you taking us?
So I'm right now like co-developing a documentary with a friend of mine that will follow another local Austin artist. She's a elder trans woman playwright / performer. Amazing. And kind of looking into what she's doing now. She's creating new playwriting work and also looking a little bit into her history. And
amazing.
Yeah.
I love you always taking these wonderful journeys. Well, listen, we can't wait to see your next project, but thank you to KB, thank you to KB, thank you to you, Em, and all of your subjects, people you had in front of camera and behind camera, and thank you for being part of NewFilmmakers LA.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.